Hello everyone, today we're going to solve this issue using tips and information that have been verified by the mechanics at the shop where I am right now. First of all, if your Lexus shows the message EPB activation stopped incompletely, the first thing is not to panic. It doesn't mean your car is about to break down, but it is letting you know that the electric parking brake tried to engage and didn't fully lock. The first thing mechanics usually recommend is checking the 12-volt battery. Many times the problem isn't the parking brake itself, but the battery doesn't have enough power for the EPB motor to do its job. Several cases were resolved simply by charging or replacing the battery. So before doing anything more complicated, make sure your battery is in good condition. Another very common scenario is that you pulled the parking brake, turned off the car, or made a quick movement, and the EPB didn't fully engage. This leaves the system halfway and triggers the message. Fortunately, many people have fixed this with a manual reset. Hold down the EPB button for about 5 to 12 seconds until it completes a full cycle. Sometimes the warning disappears instantly. If that doesn't work, then we enter more serious territory. The brake motor or actuator, the calipers, or the sensors may be failing. Mechanics have reported cases where the rear actuator wasn't moving correctly or was drawing more current than normal. In these cases, it may be necessary to replace the caliper, the actuator, or even the EPB module. There are also cases where brake hydraulic pressure is low and the EPB cannot complete activation, so checking that is also important. Another important tip many recommend is to watch and record what happens. If the message appears intermittently, recording it helps the shop a lot. With this information, the workshop can use a scanner to check real-time data from the EPB, like the current going through the actuators, and pinpoint exactly which component is failing. To avoid going in circles, the expert mechanics suggest this order. First, try a simple reset, then check the 12-volt battery. Next, listen and observe if the EPB motors are working or making strange noises. If all that fails, it's time for a professional diagnosis to check actuators, sensors, and modules, and replace any faulty components. One extra tip the mechanics at this shop give: if the fault appeared after quickly turning off the car or doing work on the brakes, try the resets first, because many times it's just a timing error. But if the message comes back repeatedly, don't ignore it, because it could leave you without a parking brake. It's always a good idea to have evidence of how the system is behaving before approving any costly repairs at the shop.